What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the absolute best show in all of pro wrestling and sports entertainment. You know what it is. We are talking about the Royal Rundown. I am one half of your host and duo, SERG VICENTE, and I am joined as always by my sister from another mister, Miss Dre Day. Dre, what is going on?
Big Surge, what's cracking? We are here.
We out here.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you as well, and everybody else watching us live right now on the Fight Podcast and the Scrizzle News and the Scrap News YouTube page. Thank you so much for joining us and watching us live. If you like pro wrestling shows and the best ones at that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you also like what you hear today, hey, go ahead and give us a follow as well on our podcasting platforms everywhere. Follow the Fight Podcast everywhere podcasting is available. Apple, Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, all the above. Go ahead and check that out today. And while you at it, go ahead and grab some merch. All right. Dre.
What up?
The world of pro wrestling.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
People talk about the golden era. People talk about different eras of professional wrestling. And we are absolutely in the new era, the Trips era of the WWE in pro wrestling. You know what? Damn that. This is called the click era of WWE. Okay? Because I hate to tell anybody who wanted those almost old school dudes back in the day. Yo, the click won. They won. They defeated professional wrestling. It's them. They did that. The Click. Too sweet to all of you. Yes. Bayou. They did it. And I'm saying that they won because not only is NXT Raw the best show I've seen in a very long time.
Take over Raw and the next NXT
Raw
SmackDown.
And, you know what I'm saying? NXT SmackDown. Like it are just fantastic, entertainment that I'm watching. But if you look across the street, all I see are Triple H's and HBK's sons. That is all I am looking for across the street at AEW. It is
their spiritual sons, if you will.
Of his sons. All of them. He, like Nate Diaz said, I've been fathering all kinds of little motherfuckers around here. That's the type of stuff he said. He's just fathering all kinds of little ones out there. You see it. You see it everywhere you look. It is the Click. The Click won, and I'll be very honest with you, we are better for it. They won this battle, and thank goodness they won this battle because pro wrestling has never been better.
I believe it was Kazim on Twitter that I saw who said Triple H is
shout out to
the feeling. Like it's restoring the feeling. Man, like the feeling is restored. And it's so fly because like you mentioned, it's not just a WWE thing. We've been singing AEW's praises the entire time this show has began for 23 episodes.
This is episode 24.
Well, for 24 episodes, we have sung AEW's praises.
That family group chat, who is he getting blocked or muted right now? Is he sending terrible memes?
Is he even on the chat? Like, I feel like he has. I just feel like it's just we the fans are winning, and we keep talking about like with the beginning of AEW, like we talked about how this is going to be really fly and really good for wrestling fans, and especially fans of the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression era, but especially the Attitude Era. It's like, yo, this is really good. It's kind of we were getting that feeling again. And then just having a Vince McMahon-less WWE right now, and just to see the drastic difference with just little minor touches. That's the cool part to me. Like, I love that Triple H hasn't like done this big sweeping change thing. He's kind of easing folks into this new era. And those of us who like know what's going on, we're like, yeah, we see what's happening. And then those who really probably liked the product before, because believe it or not, there were people who liked the product before. They were probably children, but they liked the product before. They're not missing anything. You're still getting catered to in all the
They
demographics, and it's
still
great.
let Liv Taylor or whatever the hell her name is.
Morgan, her name is Liv
Yes.
Morgan. Serge, quit it.
Becky Morgan, they let
Stop it.
her, the kids love her. And you know what? And here's the thing, not just her,
I think you're talking about Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss and the stupid doll. Alexa is dying to get away from that damn doll. She is dying. You could see it in her face. She looks like her soul has left her. She's looking at the doll like, I cannot believe I am bound to this stupid thing. And and you can see it in her. She wants to do something better. And but speaking of, again, things that have been done better, watching everything feel like it matters.
Yeah, that is
everything.
That's the biggest thing. No, I'm going to agree with you. I'm just agreeing with you in totality. Like, every 3 hours of Raw has never been so, dare I say,
perfect.
It ain't perfect. It ain't perfect, but it's
damn near perfect episode. No, I mean, again, within reason, anything over 80% is damn near perfect.
Facts. For Raw, absolutely.
For Raw, come on.
For a 3-hour wrestling show, like, come on. Dare I say, must see one time for The Miz. Like, you have to sit, like, I'm sitting there watching not just the matches, not just what's happening in the ring, but we're watching the backstage segments, because now we've got that whole Dexter Loomis thing happening in the background. And we're over here, internet sleuths trying to figure out what's the next thing's going to happen with that. Like, that is so fly. And just being rewarded as a fan for paying attention. Like you said, things matter now. Wins and losses are mattering now. Unfortunately, the women's tag team, tournament is snake bit a bit with the injuries.
You know why it's snake bit? You know why it's snake. We all know why it's snake bit, because those belts only belong on two. That's why.
To the Boss Glow. I mean, I think we'll get there. But it's so fly. Carrie, like, honestly, yesterday I was like, oh man, we got the main event. And then the main event feeling like the main event. A video package to remind us why the main event is so important. Everybody left that match. Edge left that match looking great because he won, and he's Edge. He's Hall of Famer and all that. Damian Priest came back looking like, oh, that's why you're here. Like, okay, we finally get to see Punishment Martinez.
Wait, hold on. And they finally figured out Judgment Day. Judgment Day is dope. Everybody looks cool.
We're back. Everybody looks cool. Love that.
Everybody looks cool.
The surprise Johnny Gargano reveal. Everybody knows this.
It wasn't on the dirt sheets.
I mean, and it's one of those things where, like, we kind of knew, but nobody knew. Like, and no one knew when. And just the simple fact that it wasn't overly teased. I loved that. Because it was one of those things where it's like,
it was fantastic.
Is that Rebel Heart playing in them speakers? And then everybody gets to jam in, and then that man walks out, and it's just a great moment.
It was a great moment. He looks great. He had a great jacket on. Everything about it. And then them throwing him directly in there, with Theory. They put him in there with them, and not only but it made sense. They had a history. And now all of a sudden you throw Johnny Gargano in there as somebody who might take the Money in the Bank briefcase off of Theory. And then
I wanted Tez to take it off of him, but, like, I'm not mad if Johnny's the one to do it. Like, not upset.
But it works.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. It absolutely makes a lot of sense. And then we have the possibility of a reunion with certain tag teams. That if certain tag teams end up getting back together, we might end up getting them versus the Usos, versus KO and Sami Zayn for the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
Give me a ladder match with all three of them teams, please, and thank you.
Come on.
And if we got to add a fourth one, throw the Profits in there just for fun. Why not?
Why? No, actually, at that point in time, I wanted to see Tez cooking, but I wouldn't be mad. I generally wouldn't.
I know. I keep throwing the Profits and stuff. My bad. But
I don't be throwing them and stuff no more, just because I want to see Tez.
Because you want them to break up so bad.
No, it's not even that I want them to break up. I actually would love to see them stay together. Just let them do single shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Carrie,
why can't we see that?
I mean, there's no honest. The cool part is like now why can't we? Like it really does feel like
Now anything is possible.
anything is possible right now, and that's the flyest stuff, man. Katie, what up? Katie's still buzzing over Gargano over here in the comments. Carrie said, "Give me Ripley versus Mysterio. Which one, Ray or Dom?"
Yo, them leaning into all the nasties online is hilarious. Okay,
Rhea came out there and said, "What pants last night? What pants?
Look,
For why?"
what? I'm just gonna
don't get in trouble, Serge. Don't you get in trouble, Serge? You got
look.
What time for first lady?
Lovely young lady, and we're just gonna keep it at that.
She came out there and said, "I've been reading what y'all saying about me, and here you go. Here you go. You're welcome."
Hey, look. So check it out. Johnny Gargano came back and like really did his thing. but no,
you better swerve.
Yo, Swerve Strickland is so fantastic. He is one of my favorite wrestlers. Like, did you see what he's been doing? Come on, talking about Triple H and them sons and shit. All right.
I have a Swerve question for you, for real. But
we'll bring it
when we get to AEW. When we get to the AEW section of the show, I'll bring that up. I'll bring it.
All right, so let's talk about this really quick because we have had a lot of storylines, and again, things are making sense, and we're even getting characters that have been gone seem like they came back. Kevin Owens, for me right now, has always been one of my favorites. This version of KO,
the prize fighter,
is the prize fighter. The NXT's prize fighter was the best version. And it seems as if we are getting that version. And then to top it off, put a cherry on top, a little chef's kiss right there. You mean to tell me that there's a possibility that we're getting NXT's version of Sami Zayn as well? Come on. Yo, Triple H has not missed.
Not yet. Not yet. And
so what would we like to see going forward? I mean, everything, we're just enjoying the ride right now. Like, and we can just go do a breakdown of NXT Raw next and just go all the way through because everything was worthy of talking about. I mean, shit. Trish Stratus coming back and looking fantastic, by I add. Good for her. Looks healthy. Good, you know what I'm saying? And that's a story in itself on a regular day. But there's so many other things going out there. Bobby Lashley still having the best music in all of WWE. You know, now, speaking of music, let me ask you this. How do we feel about Fergalicious remix to his music?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No. I got what they were doing. I got the vision. I thought they tried to add the little it was essentially a remix of his old theme or whatever, his original theme.
I like that. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I honestly I didn't think that his theme needed too much of a remixing. If it wanted to add like to the beginning or something, just to give it. Katie says, "Look, I don't care." Katie is one of the realest ones, okay, when he comes to these takes and these opinions. Katie don't care what y'all think about it
because we all knew it's true. I'm going to read it for the people. Trish's return was low-key irrelevant. LOL. I wonder what the point was. Is it leading to something? Look, Katie, we're all trying to find that out.
Here's the only thing I can think of. Trish always gets a good reception, right? And we were in their hometown. I think they brought out all the Canadians, and they said, "Look,
they brought out all the Canadians. Everybody from Canada,
Canada came outside for them.
Canada was outside for Edge and Beth and all them,
and them. So they were like, we might as well kick it off for Trish. Now, I will say, this is what I will say. I like the idea of kicking the show off. Well, first of all, kicking the show off with a dope brawl with Seth and Riddle We'll talk about that. We got to talk about that in 2 seconds. But right after that, right? Boom. After that, kicking the show off proper with, the infamous raw promo, what they always do, making it Trish is like, okay, cool. To me, they're going, all right, we are in Canada. We're in Trish's hometown. We're making sure y'all realize that the women's division is important. It's main event. And what better, they were kind of giving the Trish Stratus WWE Hall of Famer rub to all of those other women. And I think that's really like, that's important. And so absolutely, I think that was the point. Could that segment have been a little bit more useful? Yes.
It absolutely was a low point of the show.
Different.
To be fair, it was a little bit of the low point of the show, but I am happy that at the very least, I feel like that there's an actual emphasis on the women's division. There's more than one storyline happening in the women's division. They're bringing people back. They like the same way that they would bring these legends back for the men when Edge came back after forever. I'm happy to see this. Like if she comes back and does something cool eventually, cool. If it's a one-off, that's cool too. But I'm just happy that we're seeing a little bit of momentum in that division, because it was dead. It not only was dead, it was trash. It was so trash. And even to the point now that they have, again, somebody that I'm not a fan of, and Ronda Rousey, having her in storylines and things that honestly to me make sense and make her character make sense is all fantastic. Her, and then again, the way that they are doing it with the backstage things. One group of people going out, another group of people going in. It's really dope to see how they're doing it. I have a question for you. I saw Joey had something up here. Wait up, Joe. Wait a minute. Question for you here. This is a good one. How do you feel about the story? Would you like to see them progress a little faster, or you feel like they're decent how they are?
No, this was to me the problem beforehand, running through storylines with no substance. For this way, we're literally, you have to think about it this way. They pressed a reset button, but they were using like, and I hate to use these very vague metaphors, but like they were using leftovers to create new meals. And so it's like,
1,000%.
You know what I mean? So you're creating enough, you're literally cleaning out your cupboards and cleaning out your fridge and making meals out of all of that first. And then you go to the grocery store after that. And then you and then you think a new meal plan. To me, that's kind of what all of this reminds me of. And so, no, we're building to Clash of the Castle.
Yeah.
If you really pay attention, we're not just building to Clash of the Castle, but we're building to whatever's after that, which I can't remember what the next pay-per-view is after that. Because if you think about it, KO and Sami Zayn and all them, they're not going to be a tag team at Clash of the Castle. Like, that's not happening. So it's like not yet. That's too fast. But you're building another challenger after Drew. You're building two, if you think about it. We've got Drew, we've got Karrion Kross, and you got Kevin Owens.
You got Gargano. You have Seth Rollins said he wants the belt.
I'm saying people that have actually been in the main event. Like, Gargano's not there yet. Gargano is jumping into upper mid already because Theory has the case, right? But we're talking about genuine people who have looked at Roman and said, I want that title. We've got Drew, KO, Karrion Kross right now. And then you've got Seth and Riddle in that little underneath that.
For sure.
I mean, built to me that you're building title matches for the next several pay-per-views at this point. You're building notable people that can realistically take those titles off of Roman at this point. And that was what was missing, because you could look back on our episodes 2 episodes ago, 3 episodes ago, who's taking these titles off Roman? Maybe it's Cody, maybe it's Seth. Cody got hurt. We thought that was definitely a build, and that's still in the back pocket. I'm just saying, we've got the answer, long way round. No, this is a good. It's not even a slow build; it's a proper build to the next pay-per-view. And you have to remember, WWE's downside to me is that they have a pay-per-view, a premium live event every single month, and that's insane.
Well,
So
is you know what? This is the only way it works, and I'm curious to see how they're going to be handled now that Trips is in charge. Because if you have, like, I think we might have talked about in the past, the 4 pillars essentially, and the big shows, and everything else is like, this is a special show for this month, but it ain't the show. Like, if you set it up in that way, where it's just we're doing so, we're giving y'all a little extra this month. So we don't have to like force a title on that card, or we don't have to just, I want to see how they build stories, and they can now they can really, I think, use those middle cards to cook. You know what I mean? Build to the big ones, cook on the last ones. You know what I'm saying?
And you have to remember, we got to retrain their audience to remember that those mid-card titles actually mean something anyway.
Exactly.
So he's already, I mean, obviously that began 2 weeks ago, right? With the retraining your audience to believe that the Intercontinental title, the US title are also important. And that helps with building stars for the next set of titles. It's called basic math. I almost forgot about Cody and all those things. I mean, and then you don't have to rush it either. Cody can heal. E can heal.
He can heal up for real now.
Cody can heal.
Here's the thing. Don't forget. I was just gonna say E. E's
never forget
come back. Never forget about Big E. Well, and maybe they'll allow the New Day to come back and be relevant again one of these days.
They need some tag teams.
They do. They do need some tag teams. I like what they're doing. I like, unfortunately, what happened to Toxic Attraction. They did a great job on SmackDown. Unfortunately, injury took somebody out. I was like, that was dope to see what they were doing with that. But all in all, like I said, everything I'm loving right now. I really am. Every direction, everything that's happening right now. All the little pairings, watching dude. We were able to see Dolph Ziggler and Fergalicious cook for like 20 minutes yesterday.
But wait, can we not we can't breeze by spicy Dolph Ziggler, because wait a minute.
Looking like somebody's angry uncle. And like I was there for it.
Here, present for it. Present. It was so, and I'm always been a Dolph Ziggler fan. Like, I've always felt like Dolph Ziggler was underrated because he's such a great seller. So of course he sells great. He's used to, push other people and get other folks over.
Speaking of selling, Finn selling that slap like he got shot.
Finn is a gay man. One
Those
of the best
dudes
in the game.
arguing about being old was hilarious.
I'm the same age as you. Wait, what?
That was great. That they're awesome. I love that. Like I said, Finn. This is the best version. When he's Prince Devitt, let him go. Yeah. Let him do what he does best. And I think that Triple H will allow that to happen.
Agreed. I'm actually interested in this is slightly random, but I am really interested in seeing Finn Cody. I'm really interested to see a Finn Cody match when Cody gets back. I feel like that'll be
Who's the real leader of the Bullet Club? Come on. Let's make AJ, reference to it too. The Bullet Club wasn't cooking when you was there. It
Mr.
was doing
Styles
it when I was
also
there.
Still in the building because he's there too.
Man, him and he's 57 years old and he is still doing his damn thing.
Look, him and his Vidal Sassoon, okay? AJ Styles got the hair, okay? Don't mind us, y'all. It's late. It's been crazy.
I want to clown his hair every time I see it, but I'm a grown-ass man with long hair, too. So, look, man, if that's how you feel, like he be out there like on promos. You said to me how to do. He be like, I ain't never seen the hair flick that hard. Like, come on, it looks crazy, but you know what? The way he flips it back when he's throwing that phenomenal forearm always hits. So I appreciate it.
His ends be trimmed, so his hair be bouncing and behaving. Who is the real
leader of the Bullet Club? That's what we're gonna find out.
I feel like that'll be fun. Give us that in 2023. Cody, heal up. Take your time. We got plenty of,
And we didn't speak about this last time, I don't believe, but we got the return of Hit Row. Hit Row came back. We were able to see our guy Top Dollar going out there. You know what I'm saying? Look, say it again for those in the back.
Hit Row. Yeah, very much loving that.
And we can, and you can tell they're, I mean, again, Top Dollar's a Triple H guy. We're going to see something happen eventually with them, and you can see that they're trying with this. So I appreciate seeing that. But everything I appreciate, everything's been fantastic. If you are currently, I mean, I think we both agree. But if we're grading the Triple H era at this point in time, look, A+ so far.
All day.
Let's just see y'all keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. And like, again, as fans, we're getting real spoiled because we've got Clash of the Castle, I believe, happening in the first week of September. We also got All Out. Same time. Like, what is happening? Like, we have so much goodness happening all over the wrestling world. It's like we're being very spoiled right amazing. Now, which is great. Because we were malnutritioned for a long time, malnourished for such a
doesn't this make you realize how bad Vince was? It really shows. Like it's such a like a look on him, and it's just it's a black eye on it. It's just like, damn, you were terrible because this is great,
and like
you were holding it back.
And the tweaks weren't like large. Triple H has not done any large.
Oh, what they said is that he's allowing people that are already on TV. The talent do be them more.
Yes, and it feels like that. Like the second Ronda Rousey didn't have a script no more, we was like, well, look at you sounding like a person.
A whole person.
Like,
and
that's
you know
great.
What? You seem like you're really a mean person in real life. This fits.
Yeah,
be that.
I really do think that, like, along with Katie just said that he was out of date and always went back to what worked in the past, 1000%. And I also think he had an over reliance on like branding, overproduced, over branding segments. So all that stuff where the commentators had to sound like robots too, like none of that made sense. You know, all of that was stupid. They couldn't reference things from the wrestlers' past, which is dumb because that's world building for your audience. And like, so now the fact that Johnny Gargano in Theory were in the way or whatever in the NXT got mentioned last night on commentary for two reasons. Number one, NXT is on USA, so you want to pub that on time. That's like a bonus pub or whatever. And then two, you're training your audience once again, even if you forgot or they didn't know, etc. So it's dope.
I mean, absolutely.
Nothing is working. Call Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, and that's where we're not getting that anymore, and it's really, really cool to see. I'm excited. I really am excited, and I don't think I have been this excited for wrestling again since I was in middle school. So this is pretty dope. I love this. All right, let's transition because all we're gonna do is gush all over WWE for the live, and like shit don't even feel right. So let's go ahead and transition to AEW, and there is some dope shit going on over there. Now, CM Punk came back. He's going out there against Dead Poets Mox. Now, if you're a guy,
I am not about to play with you. This is Dead Poets Society Mox.
Dead Poets Society Mox. We know what that is.
John Moxley has a unique promo style, and I am a fan. I don't care what you say.
It's not for me. Oh, and by the way, there was a question. I don't think Tony Khan is shook. I'll be honest with you. And the reason I'm going to say is because guess what? AEW is doing some dope shit. And they have not stopped doing dope shit since the Forbidden Door. It has been home run after home run. And like I said, Dead Post Society Mox versus CM Punk is going to be fantastic.
It'll be great.
I mean, anything that
to unify the titles.
Anything that Swerve and Our Glory does is going to be fantastic. Anything that Pretty Boy Ricky Stark does is going to be fantastic. This trios tournament is pretty. Wait, can't just one time for Ricky Stark. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Kenny Omega that's back. You have anything that FTR does is gold. Dax, I said time and time again, is the wrestler of 2022.
Wrestling of the year,
He is the wrestler of the year this year, okay? They have all this dope shit going on right now, and I will be with all this, I got to ask you this. And we didn't even prep this beforehand. I didn't even talk to you about this, but I got to ask you
fresh.
This. Fresh. We're off the top of the dome. They're in my notes.
Let me lean in.
Has CM Punk always been the heel?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I have seen this theory rolling around the webs of the
The
interwebs.
interwebs.
I've seen this theory. Has he always been the heel?
Has he always actually been the heel? And are we actually going to finally see it? Like,
I'll say this.
totally, fully fruition.
When he turns heel, that's exactly how he's going to sell it. When he officially turns heel, that's exactly how he's going to sell it. And as he should, because he's a smart enough worker to do that, and he's talented enough to do that. I am really torn between who I want to be the heel within this situation, the Punk versus Mox, for the unification of the title of the, the undisputed or whatever AEW title. I'm very torn because I like heel Moxley quite a bit. Nick said yes. Period. End of conversation. I like heel Mox. I really do. And like in our infamous group chat, I kind of was like, oh, I think they're gonna both be tweener, but I feel like Punk's gonna work face and John's gonna work heel. And then my whole life changed last week during the promo when Punk came out there and said everything you said.
Yo, time out.
5 minutes of
last
show started.
Wednesday, and you know what? And we're gonna drop that little I'll drop that on social media tomorrow.
You gotta drop that
because I'll drop that because right, but and I'm gonna go ahead and split it so you can hear CM Punk say the exact same thing, dude.
5 to 10 minutes before the show aired.
Dead Poet Society, Mox ain't it. What is he saying? Why? I'm not gonna touch you because why do you bleed every time I breathe? Like, dude, I'm over it.
I love it. I do. I do love that they have different promo styles, but you could tell they have the same influences. But heel Punk is I was gonna get there. Katie, I think heel Punk is great and is needed. And I feel like for the next potential feud he has, which is probably gonna be with Hangman Adam Page, he has to be the heel. Because no one's gonna boo Adam Page. Like, not anymore. His story arc so far in AEW, he's a massive face, and he's too likable. I would also think that if MJF was the person to come back, I think he is personally. I also think that the crowd would.
Oh my God! MJF. Could you imagine if MJF all of a sudden walks out on SmackDown? Triple H would like. I think then they'd be sweating.
Yeah, I mean, if they and the thing about that,
if they scoop MJF, they should be sweating.
If WWE scoops MJF, you have to the thing about that scenario in general is that MJF was, I believe, scouted by Cody to get to AEW. So like it's a very possible situation, but I don't think it's happened.
Somebody else that throws up the too sweet. You see that? Cody throws it up. He does. He's a bullet clubber.
I really do.
He's a part of the clique. You see what they did?
I think MJF is coming back to AEW. I really do. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss that wild take out there, and I think we're gonna see him tomorrow. I think he's coming out tomorrow. I think he's coming out tomorrow. There is a reason they moved this unification match to tomorrow's Dynamite instead of All Out. So what's like, to me, they have to do something there. They have to.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
They have to do something there. Whether it's a shenanigans finish, and so we're gonna do it so that they can do the match again at All Out, which is fine. But are they gonna turn it into a triple threat or like Fatal 4? What are we doing? Triple threat and Hangman? I don't know. There's so many. That's the cool thing about this. There's so many different scenarios with this match that it makes. AEW Dynamite tomorrow is already must see. Now, of course, old school thinking is not old school thinking, but like just wrestling thinking is, why would you give this match away for free when we were already going to have to pay for it at All Out? To me, there has to be a reason, and there's no bigger reason than MJF's return.
That has to be it. No, I think you're right. I think your super sleuthing mind might have figured this one out. I think your like we've always said here on the Royal Rundown, you should be booking. So
Wait, Katie, hold on. Katie got, speaking of booking, Katie booked this whole, you digs. Katie said, give me exec Cody coming back to feud with exec Triple H, who can't wrestle no more. Triple H got a heart thingy. And then he brings out MJF and forms a faction. Yo.
I'm here for it.
That would be very NWO-ish. Like, that'd be very outsiders-ish in a not a terrible way, obviously, but like that's
and Randy Orton's on Triple H's side, and he's whooping ass for on behalf of Triple H.
Well, right, evolution and all.
Come on now.
We keep doing this. Stop going to WWE when we talk about AEW. We do this every time. Stop it. Stay focused.
Well, okay, so in terms of thing, I think Punk is most definitely the heel. I think that he's definitely the heel. I think his promo last week destroyed Poet Society Mox, and it was fantastic. I loved every second of it. I'm looking forward to it. He looks fantastic. He looks in great shape, and I love what I'm seeing there. I also love that they're letting Hook cook a little bit more.
Come on, Hook.
I like
letting Hook
out there, letting Hook cook.
That's a shirt. You might want to talk to them.
Hook.
That's a shirt.
This is hilarious.
Give it to me now. Give Katie what she want. The internet would go nuts. Do you understand me?
Look,
if MJF walked out on WWE,
comes out on SmackDown,
folks would be insufferable.
AEW, y'all better pull somebody. Y'all better dead ass pull Montez Ford out your ass, or
Bray
something.
Wyatt,
or Bray Wyatt. That's what it have to be. They'd have to get Bray Wyatt.
It has to be on that level. Absolutely,
it has to be.
I have a question. I have a question for you.
Oh, I'm here for it.
What's up? We're talking about it on the same lines of, is CM Punk, was he the heel the whole time? I have a question. Kenny Omega's return, made his triumphant return last week. Okay, Katie, girl, because right? Yes, give me Swerve. Katie says, give me Swerve back with Hit Row at the next Forbidden Door WWE versus AEW. LOL, just pay me. Katie, I want you to go back a couple 3 episodes because your girl has already put it out there in the atmosphere that our next Forbidden Door is going to be with WWE. And I'm going to talk about that conspiracy theory I have in my brain in just a second. But back to Kenny Omega's very his triumphant return last week. He came back. It's a real quick research one time.
One time for the one time.
So, Kenny Omega came back, and I mean, talk about one of the biggest pops of the year. That crowd ate up everything.
They loved it. Absolutely.
Right? He comes back. He's been healing up from several, couple 200-300 injuries. He's been gone for several months. He comes out in the black shirt thing with the shoulder thingy-mabob. He's not quite, quite as agile. Hold on. In the match. However, I watched that match twice.
Oh, she's an analyst.
Is he working us?
What you mean?
Is he working us to make it seem like he is not 100%? The reason why I say all of this, the reason why I say all of this is because if Don Callis is on commentary, playing up all these injuries. 30% Kenny Omega is better than 100% anybody else, which is very true.
Yeah.
Which is very true.
Mostly,
Kenny Omega, from what I understand about Kenny Omega, and I'm not a massive Omega stan, so I came to Kenny Omega late. I found out I had to watch all the Wrestle Kingdom stuff and all his New Japan stuff. I watched it later after it happened. After I watched it, I understood the hype because, good God Almighty, those matches look like they hurt,
and that's why he has so many injuries.
Absolutely, But what I also noticed is that he's a very smart seller. So
yes,
he sells. He doesn't sell like traditionally like most wrestlers do. Like he sells like the thing that got hurt. And I feel like he knows what people are going to think if he comes out not shirtless, right? that shoulder thing to me was the tell. Cause like I have never seen anybody wrestle in that thing in my entire life. Like,
Okay, so it shows how much I know about Kenny Omega. I just thought this man be liking wrestling in shirts sometimes. I was
no, that
just
man's
like,
never wrestled in a
all
shirt.
right,
The
cool. That's what
other
he
thing
wants to
that
do. Let's do it.
the other two tells for me was that, okay, look, although he was selling like, oh, I'm winded, I'm tired, when that man exploded, it was like lightning speed. I'm like, get out of my face. Like, you are working the best out of us, and I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
It was a
Oh yeah.
great match. But after I
It
watched
was
it,
really fun match.
I watched it twice and went, boy, you ain't hurt. Like, get out of my face.
Nah,
So I think he's
he
working.
milking certain things. No, I think he's absolutely working us. But it's exciting to have him back, and I think that's why he's going to be as entertaining, you know what I'm saying, as he is, and how you know AEW is as dope as they are.
Right.
So like, and so that's why I'm just as excited to see what they're doing as anything else. What else AEW wise that we were going? I mean, okay, so let me ask you this: in terms of the trios tournament, where do you think we're going with that?
I mean, the only winners that are the only possible winners, in my personal opinion,
Mm-hmm.
are the elite. You don't bring Kenny back and do all this jamming. Turn the Bucks back face, because I mean,
Absolutely,
if you
turn them
notice,
back face. Yes,
very much back face. They're very
Yeah.
much getting, happy joy redemption arc, etc.
Yeah.
I don't think you do all of that without having them win it. I think that's the best choice as well.
Mhm.
When you have new
True.
titles like that, you got to
Yeah.
put them on somebody that's gonna
Somebody's
draw
worthy.
some money.
Exactly.
Right, that's gonna draw some
Yeah.
money and obviously have some ridiculous matches. So I think it's fine. I think it's cool. I'm really excited for. I did see this, so I can't take credit for it. I did see someone say
Go ahead
that
and
they
take
are
credit
excited
for it. We ain't
about.
gonna tell nobody.
They're excited to see what Kenny Omega is going to do singles wise, like once we get through the trio side of thing.
Sure.
And I didn't even think of this match until I saw it, and now I want it, and I know you will too.
Okay.
I want to see Swerve versus Kenny Omega. I want to see Swerve versus Kenny Omega, and I want people to see how good Swerve is in the ring for real.
In the words of Batista and Katie a little earlier, give me what I want. Man, give it to me now. Like that would be absolutely fantastic. I mean,
it could be for a 2-piece and a biscuit. I don't care. Just like give me that match, please.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because the match that I'm wanting to see and that I'm like hoping that ends up getting there is, I want to see Ricky Stark versus CM Punk. That's the match. That's what I want. I want to see that for the title personally.
Yes, please. I would love that.
And especially with Ricky absolutely turning face right now.
Oh yeah,
Punk is definitely turning heel right now. This is the perfect time. Like,
I don't think it's time yet.
I don't give. I give me what I want. We're talking. Was this not a we were fantasy booking. That's what fantasies are for.
My bad. My fault.
But you know what? You're probably right though. In reality, that probably won't happen until next year. But it's still something that I definitely want to see.
Oh no, I want it. Absolutely. I think we got to get Punk's. I don't want to. I really don't want to call this yet, or Undisputed Elite, please, because otherwise, put them back in. Katie,
yes,
girl, stop trying to swipe all
Sean's sons to go back.
Stop trying to take all AEW's talent.
Yo, I'm telling you this though right now. Like, as far as music goes, Adam Cole, baby, has some of the like. Hey, look, you already know. Bobby Lashley has the music of music. Okay, we already know when that shit comes on, don't quite bounce just like Bobby shit, right? Like I can hear that at the club and be good. But yo, Adam Cole stuff comes on, and I will randomly be sitting here talking about, yeah, baby, in the middle of the damn.
Talk about boom.
Straight up, talk about it. Boom. Like for no reason. for no, like in the middle, like my lady was looking at me crazy as hell
I
when
was
I
like,
was
first lady
doing
over
that
there looking at
shit.
you like, are you okay? Boom, what?
Yeah, boom, pointing at myself and shit.
Adam Cole, baby. Who is Adam Cole? And why are you calling him
And why are you
baby? Like,
calling him
what are we doing?
baby?
I got so many questions.
Telling you, yo, I'm telling
He
you,
does.
like, yeah,
He has great music. And as a person who has seen that live, not in the AEW yet, but I've seen it at NXT shows, it is absolutely insane. Like the whole building is with you when it comes to that. It's so cool. Hey yo, hello. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. Like I feel like AEW's only problem is that they don't have enough TV time for all the talent they have. That is one of their not only problem, but that's one of their biggest problems.
yeah.
They
But
just
you
do
know
not
what?
have
A
enough
lot of
time for all
people
the talent they
watch
have.
all those, internet shows, the After
Yeah.
Darks and stuff like that. Give me
That
a couple
helps.
more of those. Those shows at this day and age is really do a lot.
Yeah.
I watch After Darks and they're good. You have
Yeah,
good
Dark and
matches.
Dark Elevation are great. And
Yeah,
I do like that they do play into the main storylines.
for
I do
sure.
like that those wins count, quote
Yeah,
unquote count.
absolutely. Yeah,
I do love that. So like
yeah.
I just feel but I do think that because not everybody watches those shows, that's one of the biggest things
I
that
hear you.
hurts their show because you can tell, especially Rampage, but you can tell that they're rushing through. Last week's Dynamite to me, they ran out of time to do Andrade turning on his partner.
Yeah,
Like they ran out
yeah,
of
they
time.
did. Yeah,
And
and you could
to
only kind of saw what was happening before they had to cut it off.
Right. And like cool, I
You're
do
right.
like that it was a little bit of chaos. Like I do like it wasn't so again, I'm a fan of things that aren't in wrestling that aren't overproduced, aren't overwritten. But it's like you did kind of want to let like that was an important piece. And someone for like Andrade and their team, those people
Right.
are those dudes are entirely too talented to
Yeah.
not get that story time, that story on TV with its necessary times. I do hope that tomorrow
Hmm.
on Dynamite we get some sort of video package that kind of explains it a little bit to us so that they can move that storyline further with more context to the audience.
No, that's dope. No, that would be dope. But I'm interested to see what comes up this week on Dynamite. That obviously, like, we have the pay-per-view coming up as well. A lot of good wrestling coming out. Everything has been super fun. Before we get out of here, any extra things you want to touch on that we might have missed today or this week?
I'm just gonna ask you, Serge, before we go, a little fantasy booking moment.
I'm here for fantasy booking.
All right, so we're gonna take all the forbidden doors open here at the Royal Rundown.
Yes, always.
What is a match that you would like to see if company lines were not an issue?
Oh, company lines were not an issue. I would love to see the Usos versus Swerving Our Glory. I think that'd be fantastic.
I would like to
Um,
see that
I,
also.
I would like to see um what's it called? I want to see, honestly, I want to see Seth Rollins versus Swerve. I'm trying to think who else. I don't know. For me at this point in time, I think that's all I am. I'm really leaning towards right now.
I am cheating a bit because I believe this already happened at NXT. I want to see Athena versus Asuka.
Okay, that would be dope.
Because Ember Moon versus Asuka was dope.
Right.
So I'm cheating a bit. Joel, Ricky Starks versus Carmelo Hayes. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That is
So
wonderful.
sign me up for that for sure.
Love that. I'm going to ask also for Carmelo Hayes versus Adam Cole, baby. I would like that as well. And then I'm going to say, even though they're officially not back yet, but I think they will be back, I would like to see Naomi Sasha versus, I'm going to say Ruby Soho and Jade Cargill.
That would be dope.
It's a random tag team for AEW, but I think
that
would be a fly matchup between the two. Katie said Usos versus the Bucks. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Joel said Jade versus Sasha versus Bianca in a triple threat. That makes me nervous. And let me say, I think Jade needs a little more in-ring time.
It would highlight her inabilities in the ring. They would make her look bad, unfortunately.
Give me that triple threat in a year. Absolutely.
Yeah. And maybe in a year's time that would be possible or doable. You know what I'm saying? But that only in a year's time.
Joel's got a good one. Undisputed Era versus Legado del Fantasma.
Oh, sign me up for that as well. Fantastic.
I'm also gonna say Legado versus the Undisputed Elite. No, Legado versus the which was the Undisputed Elite? Okay, yeah, no, that's Adam Cole and them.
Undisputed, that's Adam Cole, baby.
I want the other ones. So Legado versus the Bucks and Kenny.
That would be great.
The Elite, the original Elite, the
Undisputed Elite? No.
Undisputed Elite is.
But weren't they? They were a part of it though.
Well, because Undisputed Elite mixes Bobby Fish and I forget, and them and Adam with the Bucks and Omega. Right. So I want Kenny and the Bucks versus Legado del Fantasma. I would like that.
Ooh. Sammy versus Finn. That'd be good.
I'll take that.
That's a fun match. That's a fun one.
This might be lazy too, but Legado del Fantasma versus Lucha Bros.
Yes, I'm here for all the Mexican on Mexican.
Give me the Luchas. Let the Luchas do the Lucha things.
It would be the most fun match. It'd be like 97 WCW. It'd be great. Straight up, yeah. It really would. It'd be the best match.
Mysterio versus. I got one. Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. Okay, I'm done. Now I'm done.
There it is. I love that. All those are great. All those are great options. And this is why we come here. Okay. For the absolute best in all of pro wrestling and sports entertainment. Rhea versus Tony again and again and again and again.
Carrie, why are you like this? Now, why is that, Carrie? No. Yeah, Andrade versus Santos.
These are great.
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be a good one.
I love those matches. All right, man. But look, with that being said, that's about all the time we have for today. We appreciate everybody who's watching live today, not only on the Fight Podcast, but also the Scrap News YouTube page. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you check out the Scrap News for the absolute best in combat sports journalism and media. Go ahead and check them out. They're fantastic, great articles, great stuff over there. And also check out the Fight Podcast everywhere podcasting is available. Apple, Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, getting merch, all that good stuff. All right, make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. Ms. Drade, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
All I'm going to say is really for sure, make sure you check out the Fight Podcast. Serge done how many shows today? He's done 3 shows today, including the lovely Royal Rundown. My man's is talking boxing. He's talking MMA. He's talking UFC and them and all the stuff that I don't know nothing about, but I'd be like, yeah, because that's my brother. So make sure you guys do that as well. Just get a whole combat sports fix from all of the Fight Podcast things because they have lots of things happening.
We have all the things.
All the things.
All the things. We do that over here. All right. Well, like I said, before we let you guys go, we're always going to leave you guys with a little wisdom from the philosopher himself, Fat Joe.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price.